Hello, everyone.
Hello,
How are you doing?
welcome to the madness.
Yeah, there's like nobody in here, so guess we aren't going to really get started right away.
Now
We
we'll
gotta
just
wait till we
we'll
have
just
an
chat.
audience to do the actual countdown.
Yes, Randy, we need to wait for more people because we can see you're in there, friendo.
Hi, friendo. Hi, Stacy.
How are
Thanks
you
for
both
coming.
doing?
How are you guys doing?
Oh, there's a few people in here now coming in.
Hi, Mimo. What's up, Mimo? Byron. Now we're good.
Yeah, now we're getting some awesome.
Excellent. Toad on the hill. Hi, guy.
How's it
Hope you're
going?
doing well. We're just gonna wait a few minutes for a couple people to trickle in. Trickle in.
The trickles.
A little bit of trickling. But we got a nice little show for you, a little presentation.
The presentation.
Mm-hmm.
RJ, hello. Mike
Hello.
Curtis.
Hello, RJ. Hello, Mike. You guys are waiting to the last second. We were worried when only like two people in here for the longest time.
Yeah, I thought we were going to do a presentation for friendo only.
Yeah. Just a personal live for
Yeah. El
serial
Phoenix,
killer
hello.
friendo. Kanda, good to see you. El Phoenix. So tell me about your day today, Mr. Slippy.
My day's been, well, a very work-filled day, actually. I've been up since 6 a.m. A day full of meetings and just talking about future meetings, about
Mm-hmm.
future meetings of the meetings,
The meetings
um,
of the meetings.
about the meetings of the meetings. And then apart from that, I've just filled as much time as possible with knives. How about you?
I've been up since 1 a.m.
Excellent stuff.
and
So we can decide that we're both shattered then, yeah?
I'm very, very tired. But I did get a video done. So
You
anybody
did.
who wants to check out let me do a little self-promoting here. Got this little banger of a knife. It's a $10 knife.
Was
Queen.
that the Queen Cutlery Small Stockman?
Queen Small Stockman. So at some point, make sure you check out the vid.
I
Did you already watch it?
I have watched it, of
Did you
course.
think it would? Did you like the knife?
Of course I like the knife. It's $10 for a Stockman. You can't go wrong. Hey
I don't
Donald.
know. Hey, Donald.
Yeah, I did a refurbishment of that Wenger lumberjack. Went pretty well.
Adrian, what's up?
Hey Adrian, how are
So,
we
any
looking now?
questions before we get started, guys?
Yeah,
This is
anyone
the
want to
time
ask
to
something before we get
ask a
done?
question or two if you have any questions. Sorry, go ahead. What were you saying?
Yeah, I was gonna say we're up to about 16 people now. It's going to get filling up quite nicely.
Yeah, but what were you saying before that? You were gonna lumberjack.
Oh yeah, the refurbishment video of the lumberjack video, the Wenger lumberjack I did. I uploaded that this
Vanga,
morning. That's quite good. The Wenger.
the Vanga.
That's my first sort of proper refurbishment of a knife. So make sure you check that out. Went pretty well. Quite impressed with myself as sort of untechnical I am.
I don't know about that. You work on cars.
Yeah, but cars you can fix it with a hammer. I can't fix a knife with a hammer.
I can't fix my car with a hammer. Not my car. All right. So you want to give us an introduction of what we're doing here?
Sure thing. So we're going to be doing our top 10 knife purchases for 2023. So there'll probably be some honorable mentions in there of certain things, but we've managed to narrow it down to our top 10. Pretty difficult, if I say. This is probably my biggest sort of year for collecting knives. My collection's maybe doubled in the first sort of 6 months. I don't know about you, John.
No, it hasn't doubled.
Yeah, but you've got a
Too
hell of a
large
lot
to
of
double
stuff.
it. But yeah, I've gotten a lot of really good stuff this year, and this list was hard to make up because there's so many I had to leave off. There was like,
Yeah,
do I leave that one off? Do I leave this one on?
yeah.
But just say for the honorable mention, one of the ones that really stood out that I didn't put on the list was the 75 pattern case knife that I got, the Shepherd Hills exclusive. The reason I left that off is because, as you'll see, Matt ends up putting that on his list. So I didn't want to duplicate any of the knives. Like each of the knives that we have on the list they're none of them the same. So there'll actually be 20 knives basically, my 10 and his 10.
It's quite difficult because we do have quite a similar taste in knives, don't we? Really?
Yeah, we have a number of the same knives.
Yeah.
And would have had one more option on there had Chicago Knife Works not left it off my order.
Yeah, but that's what they're like. We all love Chicago.
So let me tell that story really quickly. I put in an order, I want to say last week. It was actually last Thursday. No, not last Thursday. Thursday before last. And took like 8 days to get my order. But they left off the Rough Rider Rough Rider Arctic Fox Stockman, not the sow belly, just the normal Stockman, the large Stockman, right?
Mm-hmm.
And I open up my box. I'm all excited to look through the Rough Riders that I got, and it's not in the box. Everything else is in the box, but that's not in the box. So I've sent off an email. We'll see how that goes. Hopefully.
So you've still not had a reply yet, no?
No, because that was like late Friday by the time I got it, and of course the weekend, and no response so far. So we will see. Anybody else have problems with Chicago Knife Works? Let me hear a comment or two. Make me feel like I'm not the only one.
You're the only one, John.
No, hopefully not. All right, you ready to get going?
I'm ready.
All right, let's roll. So we've got the top 10, and yours will be on the top. And so I guess you comment first, and then I'll comment after your comment about my comments.
But comment about your comments about my comments.
Yeah, that too. I want to comment on your comments, and I want you to comment on my comments.
That's fine. I'll comment on your comments. Only if you comment on my comments.
Okay, I'll do that.
Should we stop pissing about now and get on with it?
Slip Joint Sawyer, 981 subscribers. 19 away from 1,000, sir.
Very close. It's very exciting.
All right, we'll talk more about that later. All right, let's go.
Ready to get going?
Let's go.
So at number 10 for me, I was given this as a gift by a family member, so I have put it in there. It's the Rough Rider Reserve Easy Open Swayback, which is a Triple R 009. It's one of the only swaybacks I have, but it's not an aggressive sort of swayback. As you can see, it's quite a shallow sway, and it's just really comfortable in hand. I love the easy open notch. My sort of third finger, the ring finger, fits in there perfectly. And for me, it's just a really comfortable sort of knife to use. Plus, you get that really nice straight Warncliffe blade, and D2 steel, my favorite steel. I can't really ask for any more than that, to be honest. It's a perfect knife for me, or one of.
Yeah, I got the brown version of this, so I own that knife too. And I want to say I bought it last year, so I wouldn't have been able to put it on the list anyway, I don't think. But so you say your brother bought it for you, right?
My brother bought it for me, yeah. So
that's super cool. That makes it kind of sentimental, right?
Yeah. It was a birthday gift for my brother. He lives in New Zealand, so I haven't seen him for a few years. So it's nice of him to sort of pick something out, but he's not really into knives. None of my family are, so it makes it that bit extra special when they sort of look into something to get you that they're not sort of familiar with.
So it was a birthday gift?
It was a birthday gift, yeah.
Oh, okay. How old are you now?
I'm old, John.
Okay. Not going to talk about your age.
I'm 32. Right. I'm 32. I don't mind
32,
saying.
32. Why are we getting hearts flying up from the side there? That's weird. Okay. So mine is the Tony Bowes designed case swayback in sycamore wood, brown sycamore wood. Now this one's got the stainless steel blades, and it's rather small. It's like around 3 inches, I want to say. I don't remember right off the top of my head, but it's a rather small knife, so that does have a little more of a prominent sway back than say yours does. But being so small, it really isn't a big deal because it, just like a 3-finger grip style knife.
Yeah. It's like the sway more likely fits in like the swell of your palm rather than going of your hand, which is what I don't really like about a sway back. But the Rough Rider Reserve for me sort of fixed that by not being too aggressive on the sway.
Yeah. Now, so I'm kind of trying to get a lot of the case knives this year. That's kind of been one of my goals for the year. And this was one I was really curious about, being a Tony Bose design. So I'm kind of going to go more after some of the other Tony Bose designs as well. So that's kind of a goal to try to
Yeah,
pick up more of those.
I really want the Tony Bose sow bellies. They're just impossible to get over here.
Yeah. And if anybody was in the Discord this week, saw that Warthog got a single bladed sow
For an
belly.
absolute bargain as well.
Yeah, like $95, I think it was.
Like pennies.
Yeah, that was a sizzling deal.
It's like that bacon wood handles or the bacon bone handles.
Bacon bone. It looks like bacon bone.
Yeah.
That's really cool. All right, so what's next?
What's next?
Yeah.
So number 9, I have the Rough Rider RR2449. It's the tortoise shell sow belly, and that's the imitating tortoise shell. Particularly enjoyed this one. I did get quite a good example of the tortoise shell. I know some of them that's been a bit sort of see-through and sort of transparent, but mine's quite dark and opaque, and it does look really great. And I really did enjoy the upgrade of the blade steel to be in the 440B. Mine's just got a really good pull. All the blades are done really well, and it's one I carry a hell of a lot. At the moment, I'd probably say I carry it maybe once a week, if not more.
Mm-hmm.
It's just one of those designs and patterns I really enjoy. It's really comfortable in hand. The spade, not the sheep's foot blade, doesn't stick up too far in the handle, so you don't really notice it in the palm of your hand or in like in the middle of your fingers. I just think it's a really great pattern and one that's really comfortable to use.
Yeah, well, I'm a huge fan of the sow belly, and the fact that it's the tortoise shell. You're so right about these particular Rough Rider scales, because like a lot of them differ in like their darkness. Like some of them are really dark and some of them are light.
Yeah.
They're really kind of
my one here. I don't know if you guys can see it very well, but mine is really dark.
Oh yeah, a lot darker than the picture.
Yeah. The back's a little bit lighter.
Yeah.
But when they've got it nice and dark, I think they've done a fantastic job with it.
You like them dark, huh? All righty. Okay.
Have we started that already? Great.
I don't mean anything by that. But the one I chose was the Brother 1511 CF. Now CF stands for the carbon fiber. This is true carbon fiber handles on this. Really good budget knife, slip joint pattern. Very comfortable in the hand, even though it's sort of a rectangular design. It's got a really contoured, rounded handle, and all the edges are nice and smooth. It's just really good budget knife. If you guys haven't already checked out Brother, it's like probably some of the best bargain knives you can buy for the price. Like the value is insane for what you get.
Really, really great fit and finish as well.
All right.
Is it VG10 steel on there as well? I think
VG10 steel on this one, yeah. And then they're only like $35, $35, $39, something like that.
That's one that's been on my sort of wish list for a while. I think I'm gonna have to pick that up soon. Yeah. It looked like a great knife when you reviewed it, and I can't believe the value for money you get with Brother knives.
It's insane. Let's take a minute to say hello to some more people that have come in. We've got Todd Kennedy in. We got Adrian James. Who else? MB EDC. I'm not sure if I said that before.
Dean P.
Radar 468 is in here too. Just want to say hi to everybody. Hope you guys are enjoying the show. So, what do you think of that knife? Just the
Brother.
Yeah, you're really looking to get that one, huh? Okay.
It's a bit harder for me to get Brother knives in the UK, but I've sort of got to order them off. I think it's AliExpress. I think it is. They don't really sell them anywhere that I can find. Oh, it's a super sticker from Mike, $10. Thank you, Mike.
Thank you, Mike. Very, very nice of you. Yeah, so check that out. And they're on Amazon, but also AliExpress if you're over in the UK. I think you can get
the delivery is a little bit longer from AliExpress. I have ordered a Brother knife in the past. It maybe took about 3-4 weeks to get here, but the shipping costs next to nothing, and I'd say it's roughly the same price for us, maybe like £30. And you're getting a real good bargain for it.
Yeah, I'm just saying I don't know where else you can get them, but I know Patty's got them in the past from AliExpress, so that's what I know the UK can get.
Yeah. I've never seen them advertised anywhere else in the UK, unless anyone from the UK in the sort of the chat knows where you can get them, let me know. I've looked and I couldn't seem to find them anywhere else.
All right, so what's next?
Number 8, I have the Rough Rider RR2311, and that's the Arctic Fox Stockman, the one that John was denied.
Yes, I was denied by Chicago Knife Works.
This is the denial Stockman. I love this knife. The one I got is exceptional quality. Like the fit and finish on it was ridiculous. It was practically perfect. I couldn't really find any faults on it at all. The shield was inlaid fantastically. I love the black on white with the liners underneath and the black fox shield. And of course, they've done away with that R on the bolster, which is the best thing they've ever done.
Right.
I can't fault this knife at all. I think for me it's only at like number 8 because I've not had it too long. I think if I'd had it a lot longer, it would have been a lot higher on the list.
Yeah, it's got the black underliners too there, right?
Yeah,
and
it's a really attractive knife.
Just kind of a tuxedo pattern.
Yeah,
a little bit of that vibe to it.
It's a really great knife, and if you like Stockmans, it's one of those series you need to check out with Rough Rider. They do a fantastic Stockman, and I've not got as many Stockmans as I like. I've got a few sow bellies, but I want to pick up more Stockmans. But every single one I've had has been pretty good fit and finish. Well, that Arctic Fox was the best of them by far.
I only hope mine's going to be as good as yours, because I saw that video and I was like, man, that thing is spot on.
There's no gaps in the liners, nothing. I shone a torch through it, you couldn't see through it at all.
Yeah. All right, so this TK's pick here, number 8. I've got my case jackknife. This was a find on eBay. I got a really good price on it. It's an older piece. I want to say it was probably about 8-9 years old, and I just polished it up. I got it buffed up and made to look like new. And the blades didn't look like they had been used much at all. Like it had been carried, but they didn't really use it. Kind of one of those type of things. And so the synthetic, that cleaned up really nice with just a little bit of buffing. And that's a really great little knife. I've got that right here handy, actually.
Yeah, well, didn't you get it for about $30?
Right around there. Between $30 and $40, I want to say, after shipping and tax.
Yeah, I remember you. I got a comment from Toad on the Hill. I actually got it ordered in from Heine Haynes. If you give them an email, ask for Richard, and just send them a model number, he will order it in for you. It takes about 4 or 5 days to get here, and then he'll send it out to you. So maybe a week turnaround. Not too bad, especially as you're getting a special order in from the US. Bargain, really.
I would imagine at some point Heine Haynes will just carry him as a journal,
Yeah, I mentioned the series to them. I know Richard is getting more stuff in, but at the moment it is a special order in through Heine.
Yeah. Okay. All right. So what's next?
What's next? We have number 7 for me, the Real Steel RB5. That's the Real Barlow 5, and this is sort of Real Steel's modern interpretation of a Barlow. It's got G10 scales that you can remove with just a screw either side. You can see you've got the faux bolster there as well. And the one I got is the sort of spear point / drop point. It's kind of a bit of both with N690 blade steel. And it's phenomenal. It's a great knife. The steel is excellent. If you're familiar with my channel, I love Real Steel knives. And for them to make a modern interpretation of a Barlow, for me, is pretty much bang on.
Yeah. Now, I think about this is, well, I'm glad that the clip was removable.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm glad that the scales are interchangeable. You can easily, with one screw, change these scales, and they come in quite a number of different colors. I have one with red. Now, I didn't put it on my list because I'm actually waiting to review it because, well, I can't really get into the details of that, but let's just say I'm waiting to review it. And then also, I like the fact it's got the M390 blade, but not the cheapest of Barlows. What it was, like $70, I want to say, after I paid.
Yeah, I think I paid
for the knife and packs and shipping and everything. It was like $70.
£60, I think I paid for it.
Yeah,
it might have been 70 with shipping. I can't remember exactly, but for me, I think it's definitely worth it if you like traditional knives and maybe you want some with a bit more of a modern steel that you can use. Maybe if you're going away for like a week or something, you just want to take one knife. That's a perfect example. The blade steel's going to last you a full week without any doubt.
That's right. And so my pick at number 7, the sow belly, had a little bit of a problem with this particular one that I got, the first one. The blade edge was not great, but then after I used it for a couple of days, I noticed that there was some blade wrap on the main blade. So I sent off for another, and I got the replacement, and it was fine. So now I'm carrying the one that's got the blade wrap, and I put the nice one into the collection. So a little bit of a problem with that one. The fit and finish was pretty good. It wasn't as good as the canoe that I got recently in the Red
Yeah, that,
Fox
that
series.
canoe you got, the fit and finish was immaculate.
Yeah, that was pretty much perfect, kind of like your Stockman,
Yeah,
your Arctic Stockman. But in any case, I really, really like the way this pattern looks with the black and red, and that little fox on the shield really pops on this knife. Satin finished blades, everything about it. It's just a cool design, and I'm glad that they finally introduced something a little different with all of the Micarta scales and or G10 scales that they've had. They've never done anything quite like this. So this is just a nice diversion from their normal line of knives, and I
definitely.
really enjoy it.
Yeah, it's one I have as well. I pretty much John let me know it was available. He saw it available, and I pretty much ordered it through Heine straight away as soon as I could. Um, I've not had to notice any sort of blade wrap issues with mine, so maybe you just got a sort of
Yeah, I think I just got a
dodgy
bum.
one.
I got a bum wrap.
You literally
Yeah.
got a bum wrap. Yep, very very good, John. That's excellent.
Thank you. Thank you very much.
But no, it's a fantastic knife. Um, as you said, the grind was a bit wonky on yours. Mine's a tiny bit wonky, but not as bad.
Yeah.
But
And
other than that,
the
it's
replacement that I got was like 100 times better. Everything
yeah,
about it was just pretty much right on. So yeah, sometimes you just have to roll the dice a little bit with
but
these Rough Riders. They can be hit and miss sometimes.
I've been sort of very lucky with my Rough Riders. I can't remember
Yeah.
one that I've had to send. I don't think I've sent any back.
Well, the thing you got to keep in mind, this was a $14 knife,
Yeah,
so
it's when I get a budget knife. That's pretty much what I do. Like I got the Marbles White Bone sort of sod buster. Fit and finish wasn't that great. There's a bit of gap in, but I think I paid like £12 for it. So
all right. All right, moving on. What we got?
so at number 6, I've got the 34 OTH, and that is the old timer medium stockman. That's part of the Heritage series. So you have the sort of the grey. Is it laminated wood or is it packer wood they call it? I'm not sure what they call it.
I mean, I don't know what they call it, but it is Packwood. Yeah.
Yeah, and it's got the D2 blades. And the best thing about this knife for me is there's no spade blade. It has a very nice pen blade instead, which is the way a stockman should be.
Yes. Everybody stare at that picture and look to the left. No spade blade.
That's how a stockman should look. No spade blades, nothing in the sort, Randy.
Where is the RJ when we need him in here?
He's around. I know he's lurking somewhere.
Yeah, he's in here.
But
So, yeah, I have to agree. That's a really great knife. Now, I've been carrying actually the 5 OTH more than I've carried that. I do own that one too, but I don't know. I just haven't carried it as much.
yeah, you do like that
But
5 so that's a great knife too.
yeah, well, it's much like the one I picked right here. That's why I mentioned that.
Yep.
We got the gift from Jersey Knife Guy. So at the beginning, we said that these were purchases. A little bit of a fib here. I didn't purchase that. It was purchased for me. But I love this knife. And thank you again, Jersey Knife Guy, for sending this because I've been carrying this a ton. And it's a beautiful gray bone. They offer this in a lot of different colors. There's a blue one too that I've been tempted to get, blue bone, but a lot of different color options for this one. But this has the D2 blade still on it as well. So it's very similar to the 5 OTH in that regard.
Sorry to interrupt you, John, but how do you remove someone from a stream? Because Byron said he's unsubbed because we said we don't like spade blades.
Ah, well, Byron. You're just going to have to be insulted, I suppose. No, but we kid. But Byron knows that we really aren't that opposed to the spade blades. I've got
No, I can look past the spade
like
blade.
Tom says, I got 300 of them, right? So.
Yeah. There's a different blade type, John, that we've talked about that we both hate more than that. But we'll
yeah, right.
We'll
It's the trappers. It's that we don't like. But Yeah, so thanks again to Jersey. This is a really great
Yeah,
carry.
the
Just
bone on that, the grey bone on that, I think is well, it's fantastic, isn't it?
yeah, it is just a great knife.
So you ready to move on to top five?
Yes, yes, sir. Now we're getting to the top five. We're getting to the serious stuff now. Unsub times two.
You can
Yeah,
leave now. You can leave now.
Byron's a great guy, man.
Yeah. So number five for me, the Buck 250 Saunter. This was
Oh
sort of a
yeah,
purchase
yeah,
on the whim. I was looking at it for a very long time, but that's when it was in the 2022 carbon fiber edition. It was quite pricey. So I sort of
yeah.
held off and just thought, oh, maybe I'll let this one go. And then they released one with 154 blade steel and sort of like black micarta handles.
Hmm.
And yeah, pretty much jumped on it as soon as I saw it. There was no sort of should I or shouldn't I. I just ordered it straight away.
Yeah.
Luckily, I seemed to get it at quite a good time in the UK because I managed to pick it up for 75 to £80,
Ah, that's a good
including
price.
delivery. That is it's still quite pricey, but I've
Usually
noticed.
around what 110, 120, something like that. Here,
Yeah,
I
that's
want
what I
to
mean.
say.
Like the place I bought it from, Knives and Tools.
Yeah.
No, was it Knives and Tools or Lamnia? I think it was Lamnia, but it's now gone up over £100 everywhere. So I'm pretty glad I got it at the time I did. So I managed to get
Excellent.
it. So yeah, it's like the cheapest on Heine is like 136, I think, and then Lamnia has gone up to 110. But yeah, Dean P's got the one. He's got the 250. He got the pricey one for a decent deal. So I think he's got the carbon fiber one, the drop point.
Okay.
But it's a great knife. It's made in the US. It's got the sort of the modern touches, like it's got the Torx, so you can take it apart. It's got a lanyard loop on the back, which I took my lanyard off because it was kind of getting in the way a bit. It's got a nice long pull. It's got nice action, and it came screaming sharp out of the box, as well as pretty much all Bucks do. I've never had an
Yeah,
issue.
Bucks are really well sharpened.
They know what they're doing, Buck.
Yeah, that Mikey guy that we watched on the video,
Yeah,
right? That,
you're the one that was
he
screwing up
probably doesn't even work there anymore, but yeah,
that 12-year-old that was doing the quality control.
yeah, he looked like he was 12. So mine here is the Arthur Wright and Sons, and this is the first one that I bought from this company, and I was super impressed. The pull on it, it's like an 8.5, and I had another that's like well, maybe it is this one. Yeah, like this thing has completely nail breaking pull on it. It's not for the faint of heart.
It
So
was. It's like it's a 900 pull, isn't it?
it's probably about a 9. I haven't seen a 10 yet, so it's definitely the hardest to pull from that 90-degree position all the way to the open position. But it's an insane looking knife. Love that clip point blade.
Yeah.
Super
Great,
super
great fish
good
clip.
price. Only like $35 before shipping, and I got that over at All About Pocket Knives. Their shop there from James and Company. Let me plug them really quick.
I mean, the way
So
I sort of look at that Barlow, it's a folding fixed blade, isn't it? Really?
it really is. I mean, once that thing locks up, that thing's not going anywhere.
Yeah. There's no chance of that closing on your hand. And I
Nah.
mean, if it did, you'd probably lose a finger.
And
So
that's a two finger open or two
yeah,
hand open. There's no
this,
there's no taking that and going schlink and opening it. It's not gonna
there's none of
happen.
this drop shutty action going on here.
Nah. So what we got next?
Number 4. So this is a
Ooh.
sort of a recent purchase of mine, but I have had other of the case sodbusters. I had the synthetic yellow, but I think the bone on this just had to jump over it for that. So the case sodbuster with the amber peach seed jig, and this is in their carbon steel. And I mean, I don't know what else I can say about the sodbuster. Really, it's a fantastic knife. It's just a work knife, isn't it? Really, it's no fuss. It's one blade, nice blade steel, nice blade shape, comfortable handle. What else can I say?
Yeah, it is a great blade shape. That is such a utilitarian blade. I mean,
Yeah,
that thing will do anything you want it to do.
yeah. You've got like the curve at the end. You've got the nice belly. You've got a nice straight portion to the blade.
You got the
It,
tip
it does it
or
all.
tip to cut through, puncture. It's got it all, right?
Yeah,
Yeah,
it's a fantastic.
another great blade shape. Talking about blade shapes, is that Beaver Creek Barlow. You can see there a really good picture here with the black background where it does have a little bit of an arc to it. It's not 100% flat, And that does make for a nice little additional feature to that blade. Now, this one designed by Andy Armstrong, the massive fan of the Swedge.
Or Andy the Swedge Armstrong.
Andy the Swedge Armstrong. But it is a very attractive knife. Has that bourbon bone handle, as they call it. I like to refer to it as orange, but you call it what you will.
Yeah, they like to call it
And
bourbon and stuff. It's definitely orange.
it's just a fancy Tennessee term, right? So he's got the nice RC etch on the bolster, and originally I thought it was like stamped in there, but I'm living with it. It's not that bad. Hopefully in the future they'll maybe stamp the bolsters if they do anything similar to this in the future.
Yeah, that's one I'm waiting for to come into stock at Heine. I know they've
Yeah.
ordered some in, just waiting for them to come in. It's going to be, I think, probably the first one I pick up. I think that's my favorite of all the new ones.
Okay. So this is in D2 steel and around $55 retail. A little different probably in the UK eventually when you.
Yeah, it's probably going to be more up towards like the 60 plus range pound,
Right.
but you got to pay that UK tax that we love so
And
much.
they got to get that knife over to you too. So
Yeah, stop the border patrol taking it, but you can leapfrog that, getting it through Heine, so you can. There's ways to get around it.
yeah, but that's a great knife. I like
Yeah.
that one.
Top three.
Top three.
So number three for me,
Wow.
surprisingly, it's another Stockman. Who would have thought? It's the Buck 301, the USA made large Stockman.
I'm sensing a theme here, sir.
There is definitely a theme. The theme, it could be US and it could be Stockman's, but we'll leave it at
that. USA. You sure you're not an American?
Yeah, this is actually a voice changer I have on. I'm actually in Florida.
Right. Florida.
Okay. But the 301, like, I've looked at it for a lot longer than, I'd say about a year. I've liked that sort of 301. I've never really found it obtainable in the UK. There was always some for sale here, but they was overpriced. But there was a 20% sale on the Buck UK website, and as anyone does when they see a sale, they just go for it. And the one I got was fantastic condition, like really good fit and finish.
Yeah.
A little bit wobbly grind on the sheep's foot and the spay blade, which looks more like a drop point to me. But the clip point was immaculate, which is the blade I'm going to use all the time.
But if you just look at that clip point blade, is that not one of the most beautiful clip point blades you've ever seen?
If not the most.
I mean, it's a very attractive clip point for a Stockman, I must say. And I'm jealous that you got one because I don't have one, and I'm a massive fan of the Stockman. Anybody that knows my channel. And it's sort of an embarrassing thing to say that I don't have one of those. Only thing that's keeping me from buying one is the price. It's like $60, man.
It's cheap. It's a lot of money for a Stockman.
Yeah. All right, and then speaking of spending a lot of money, I went ahead and got the electrician. Now this one's overpriced over here in the USA compared to the UK.
Yeah, mine was a reasonable price.
I think they're like $55.
Mine was 30.
After I'd seen Gadget Gus do the review of this, I knew I was going to buy one. It was just a matter of when. And man, am I glad I got it. Because I love that little freaking electrician's blade there.
Yeah.
With the cutout.
Sort of sheep's foot. It's fantastic.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, for me, it's just box opener 101.
Yeah, and I do actually use it for its purpose. I mean, I stripped wires with it the other day, and I was like, nah, I can't use it. I'm going to scratch it up. Nah. I like it a lot, but I don't want to use it too much. It's one of those ones I have a hard time using hard use. But yeah, I still need to do the review of this one. So this is going to be one of the few knives I got on my list here that I haven't already reviewed. But that one's coming up. Anybody who's paying attention to the channel, I will be reviewing that one eventually.
Yeah, I think we've both got a bit of a backlog going on at the moment with stuff we've purchased.
Yeah, particularly with the Victorinox brand.
Yep.
We have a lot of Victorinox reviews to do.
Yeah, I'm trying not to do them like all in a row, but I've got maybe like 5 or 6 over there sat waiting.
Yeah.
Oh
Is
god,
there a bad A-Locks? No, MB. No
no,
such thing.
there's not. There's no such thing as a bad A-Locks. I think they're all great because they lose the sort of back tools, which depending on what you want the sack for, I think it can be a good thing. It makes it a bit more comfortable in the hand.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like the A-Lock scales look a lot more elegant, sleek designs. The punch that would be on the back is then made inline, which is fantastic on the
Yeah.
A-Locks. And
Yeah, much easier to use that punch
yeah,
than
and the 3-layer A-Locks is more similar to the 2-layer size of the Celador, just
yeah,
because obviously the liners are
the
removed and the
scale, right.
Celador's thick, yeah.
Everything's thinner. Yeah.
And the one thing I like about the Electrician as well is the no keyring. It's just sleek
Yeah.
lines, rounded off on
Yeah,
the
the smooth
outside.
lines. Yeah, just get your hacksaw out if the key ring bugs you. You can get rid of
Yeah,
this
well, I
thing.
thought I might just get some pliers and just twist it till it snaps off.
Oh, really? Well, that's another way. You do live in Florida, don't you?
Yeah, I live in Florida. I mean, I
Sounds like a
wish.
Floridian thing to do. All right,
Top
what you
two.
got next? Top two.
So for me,
Oh, look at this.
so Victorinox Compact for me, I've had mine maybe about a month now, and it's the best Victorinox knife. You can give me your opinions, but it's wrong. It's the best Victorinox knife.
No, I don't know. I think I still like the A-Locks better, but
Yeah,
for the red Celador style, I think you're right. This one with the extra plus scales on it, the
yeah. You
ability to
took all
put
the extra bits and pieces. You get the pin, you get the little
the
tiny
pin.
screwdriver, the pen,
Yeah,
and it's basically you get a blade, the multi-tool, and the scissors. It's pretty much a perfect sort of carry. If you go to the office a lot, or if you work somewhere that like in a shop or something,
yes,
it's just one of those knives that does everything you really want. And MB wants to know if I'm sponsored by Victorian. I wish.
right.
I wish Victorinox would sponsor me.
I don't know that Victorinox, emails any of the content creators and goes, "Hey, would you like to review our knife?" I don't think they do that.
Yeah, no
I
one's
think
heard of Victorinox. Please review our stuff.
no, I don't think they need our help selling knives.
I think they're too big for us.
It might be just a little bit too big for us.
Hey, let's get this random jackass who's not even at 1,000 subs yet to review our Victorinox.
All the A-Locks are excellent, but why do they love the bottle opener so? Well, because it's handy.
I
It's
don't
handy
drink
ring.
and I don't really use the bottle opener. I use it for the flathead screwdriver or for light prying tasks.
Yes.
So
But for all of
I
those
actually
people in
use,
their 20s that are alcoholics and drink every weekend, it's very handy.
yeah. But I would say I'm past that. I'm way past that now. I've not had a drink in 12 years. I'm way past that sort of lifestyle.
Yeah.
But I even use the sort of the cap lifter in mine if I'm doing any sort of maintenance. But it is quite nice to get under the scales if you just get it under there gently. And that's generally what I use it for, light prying tasks, things like that.
Gotcha. Yeah, so it doesn't have to be used for just a bottle, but yeah. So mine for number two, fantastic knife. This was a limited edition, sold out in a matter of
Milliseconds.
hours, if not less. The Danny's Collection burlap buck 110 with the 5160 carbon blades and the drop point blade. It's got the satin finished brass bolsters on it. This picture does not do this knife justice. This
It does
thing
not.
is phenomenal looking up close. Does not photograph easily. I noticed that as I was doing the review of this. So
Yeah, it's kind of hard to show the burlap texture. It doesn't really come up
yeah,
physically.
because it just doesn't show well. But in hand, it's just a phenomenal knife. And I've got too many 110s as it is.
Yeah,
But
you're a bit of a 110.
yeah, but the thing is, they get me with the carbon steel blade. They got me on that. It was like,
Oh
you
yeah,
know what?
they would get me on that if I could have had that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So that was a must-have, and that was not a cheap knife. I want to say I paid about 125 for that. So
Was it worth it?
it was worth it.
Yeah.
I got a buck 110 with carbon blade. I mean, who can say that, right?
Yeah. So it's pretty much tough now, really, isn't it? That's stuck with it for life, and it was a good purchase.
Yeah, that's one of those. Not you don't regret it. because you know you've got something pretty special.
Right, so I'm going to be a bit of a spoil sport now. I'm going to wait a bit to do number one. I'd like to know if anyone's got any comments or any questions about any of the knives we've looked at so
Does
far.
anybody want to guess what our number ones are?
Yeah, can anyone guess the number ones? What's MB saying? And of course, there's the hook. Well, I love the hook on there. I think it's fantastic.
Yeah. You know what I used the hook for, and I thought I would never use it? I had this recliner that popped the springs from the locations they were supposed to be in because it got jacked up. A bolt fell out, so it kind of got off kilter, and then it wasn't working right, and when the springs fell off. And we had just done that, or we just looked at that Emler.
Oh yeah, the 13 hacks for the hook.
Yeah, and he's like, pulling spring on a trampoline. It's like, well, yeah, I got a trampoline in my backyard. But no, I do have a recliner with springs, and I used it for that. And I tell you what, it made it a hell of a lot easier.
Did it work great?
It worked perfectly for that. So I'm glad I watched that tip, because then it came straight to mind when I was ready to put that spring back on the recliner. So
Radar 468 is saying a trapper for number one.
You are being a troll, sir.
You can leave.
Radar, we don't like trappers. You know that.
Aberdeen comment for him. This has been a great list. Thank you very much. It was hard. It was real
a sack
hard.
And a sway back? No, there's no sway back. No
you
sack.
are wrong, Mike Curtis. I used it to hook. I used the hook to replace the springs on my garage door. Yeah, another similar thing. I
used the hook to clean the hair off the wife's hairbrush. Yeah, that would work for that. Really good.
James Alton's guessing the Barlow. No, sir. And the Walmart knife. Is that your number one, John?
No, it's not. But Barlow's close for me. You probably could argue it's a Barlow. So that's not wrong, James.
What's your opinion on the RC after the bad dye job? Did you ever reach out to them about it?
I didn't. I just fixed it. I just used some permanent ink and filled in the gaps. So it wasn't really that big a deal in the end.
So MB saying a trapper for me. So another troll comment. Byron Kennedy saying mine is going to be the Buck 112. I'm afraid you are wrong. Dean P, the custom Slippy had made. Again, we didn't include customs in this list.
Yeah, we didn't include custom knives. We wanted to make them to where they were all available now. That's kind of the point. That anybody could, well, I guess with the exception of this limited edition, you could probably buy the rest.
Yeah, but you could have bought it retail at some point.
Yeah, like if you caught it.
It wasn't sort of like a custom one-off that no one else would be able to buy.
Right.
And then Randy's put in Byron unsubbed again.
How about the top 5 worst knives? We don't buy knives we don't like. We try to avoid that.
I mean, we can go through other people's channels and find the 5.
Would you like me to point out the knives that I've seen on other people's channels? No, I don't want to do that.
No. So there's I have trappers. They're just not my favorite. I wanted some in the collection. But yeah.
All right.
All
right. Stop making them wait.
We just stop stalling now.
Yeah, because we're almost at 45 minutes, which is where I wanted to stop. So we're getting close.
Are you ready?
Yeah, let's do it.
Are you sure you're ready?
Number
1, the Case Large Stockman 75 pattern in the old.
Another Stockman.
Another Stockman. I love this knife. It's the best thing I've bought this year. By far.
Those handles are just freaking perfect.
It is gorgeous. the best knife I've bought this far. The light in here is obviously not doing it justice, but it is the best knife I've bought this far. Knife this year by far.
Yeah, the highlight of that knife for me is the sheep's foot blade.
Yeah, without a doubt.
I love that big chunky sheep foot right there. Yeah.
And it makes it better. I got a fantastic fit and finish. There's no gaps on the springs. You got that classic bit of rub on the sheep's foot blade, but it's a Stockman. But apart from that, it's
all yours are users anyway, so you care.
Well,
Randy pretty much guessed mine. It's the Lusa Hatchet Jack.
Yep.
From Rosecraft Blades. So shout out to Andy. Nice job, Andy. I
Well done,
like the
Smedge.
dragon scales, or the what I like to call the white-tailed deer tracks. And ever since I've said that, other people go like, "Man, I can't unsee that." Well, why do you want to? That's cool, right?
Who cares what you think they look like? It looks fantastic.
Right. It's got that rosebud shield on it,
Yeah.
and that beautiful, very interesting looking clip point blade. It's not like any other clip point that I have.
I mean, I'm gonna say it's like a fat boy clip point blade, isn't it?
Fat boy clip. Yeah. Is there some resemblance?
I'm not psychic just outside your window, Thrifty Kniffy.
Ah, well, hate to break it to you, brother, but I bricked up all my windows so that you couldn't see in anymore.
It might be time to get the bat, John.
Yes, and I've moved and I've changed my address, so you don't know where you are right now.
We actually both live in Florida now.
You're actually at some stranger's house. But no, yeah, they just did a great job on it, and the pull is perfect. It's like not too heavy, not too light. The handle is nice, it's a good size and feels really comfortable in the hand. So
yeah, you did a great job.
They call it an English jack or a jack knife. So we'll go with jack, but it's more like a Barlow to me.
Yeah, it's sort of on the way to being a Barlow, and that's a weird comment. If the bolster was maybe like another, like half an inch, quarter of an inch,
1/4 inch, 1/8 of an inch, yeah, that's the only difference.
Apart from that, I mean, I would probably just call it a Barlow. If someone said, "What's that?" I'd say a Barlow.
Yeah, if you just asked me, I would say, "Oh, it's a Barlow." But
yeah, but I know why they're calling it the Loosahatchee Jack. But
yeah. But there you have it, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the broadcast.
A very sort of impromptu, sort of live, decided pretty late yesterday.
Yeah, we decided yesterday to do it. Yeah. But we're glad everybody joined up on us. That was really fantastic.
Yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed it. Thank you very much for joining.
Yes, and thank you again to Mike Curtis for the donation. That was very nice of you, sir. And we hope that we will see you guys over on the RJ's Live a little later today.
Yes, sir.
Coming up here in about an hour and 23 minutes time.
There's just one comment I want to address. Toad on the Hill, that Loosahatchee Jack is coming to Heine. Just keep your eyes out. It is on the way. So keep peeled.
There you go. Yeah. And Rosecraft does ship over to the UK. So
yeah, you can ship, but the postage is like $30. Right. And it makes the knife nearly double the price by the time it gets here, and I don't think that's quite worth it.
Okay, so yeah, just wait for Heine to get it then. That makes a lot more sense.
It's sort of what I'm doing. I'm waiting for them all to come in. As soon as I do, I'll probably just raid them.
Right. All right, any final thoughts?
No final thoughts from me. Just enjoyed doing this. Thank you once again, John. I enjoyed doing the list. Thank you everyone that joined and watched and participated, apart from Randy.
Yes. Stop getting in my windows, boy. I have to. I do own a shotgun. You don't want to get too close.
Byron's got another good comment. Let's give the boys some likes. So please, before you leave, give us some likes. Let's get the video.
Hit that like button. Smash it. Smash it.
Donald always enjoys our show. Thank you very much, Donald. We appreciate that. Just caught this. Back to cutting the grass. Be safe all. See you later, James.
Thanks,
Try
James.
not to melt over your feet.
Right. Thank you, Dean. Thank you, Kanda. Thank you, Radar. Thank you, Byron. Thank you, Randy. Crispy Critter.
These guys in here, what do you think? Maybe we should do some more of these lives? Do you think we should do some more?
Yeah, because we can make this, more regular type of thing, but we just want to know that we have an audience, Donald, thank you for coming in, too. Stacy.
We appreciate it.
Really appreciate it, Stacy.
We love you, friendo. We know you do.
Yes, friendo. We'll see you over on the Discord, friendo.
Aye.
All right. Talk to you guys later.
Thanks all. Have a good one.
Bye-bye. Bye. Take care.